Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Janelle and we are starting a new reading vlog. So it has been a hot minute, a good while since I've done a vlog. Mainly because May wasn't a great reading month. Generically, I didn't really have much to vlog about. But June, I almost said July, and then skipped a month. No, June's been going a lot better. Just kind of with the overall how everything is. So I thought I'd start a reading vlog, kind of update on where I am, what I've been up to, and yeah, just have a bit of a chat and a catch up. So yeah, not sure how long the vlog's gonna go on for, but I guess that'll be something both of us will find out. So for currently reading, I'm currently reading The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. This was not on my TBR. It was a split-second decision the other morning where I just grabbed this with where I was going instead of The Prophets, but I just got to the halfway point, so yeah, I am really enjoying this. I hadn't picked it up yet, honestly, just because I don't know why, but large hardbacks, large hardcovers are more daunting to me than large paperbacks. I really don't know why, and that's the only reason I hadn't picked it up yet. But I figured it was one I was going to really love. And yeah, so far I'm adoring it. It's exactly the kind of book I've been really wanting for a very long time. A very long time. So my goal today was to get to like page 200. Sorry, my goal was to get to like volume 2. Then I did that, and then it was like to get to page 200, got there. So then it was to get to halfway, which is like 240 something. So that's where I'm sitting with that. I made a very warm, still too warm I think. Gentle sips allowed. Cup of coffee. Oh, so good. My aunt gave me this caramel. No, that's not caramel. Gingerbread coffee syrup. And that's the first time I've used it, and it's very nice. Yesterday we had such a nice day out. It was so good, and it was so needed. Miles had the day off, and with coming out of lockdown and everything, he's been back to work for the past few weeks and been working lots of hours, which is great, but you know, obviously exhausting for him. So to just for him to have the day off yesterday and us to just be able to have a really chill day and not really have any like agenda of stuff we need to do was just really nice. So we live just outside of Belfast, so we went into Belfast. We went to the Ulster Museum because we've been there once before in 2018, but it was a very rushed trip through. So with the shops we went to in the area and the museum itself, it was just all very rushed. So we took a few hours to go through the museum yesterday, and it was really good. It was very enjoyable and quite liked it. And then there was a few independent I went to say bookshops and bookstores. Bookshops that we did go to in 2018. But again, we were very rushed, so I didn't actually really get into it, if that makes sense. So we went to the first one, which is right across from Queen's University in the museum, which is called Books, Paper, Scissors, and it's so nice. Like, it's so bright and open, and it just has a very, like, you walk in and you're like, oh, I'm here. You know, you just get that immediate vibe. And there was a table right when you walked in, and it had like 2 like all-time favorite books of mine right there on it. So I was just like, okay, this is good. One of the books we got, I'll show you the different ones. The first, so we got I'm a Sensible Gibbon by Will Mabbitt and Claudia Bolt. It is so good. It's really funny. We got it because honestly, just one of the nicest ways we found to end evenings is just to like grab like a kid's book like this, or a Mr. Men book, or a bit of poetry, and I read it to both of us, and it's nice because you don't have to take all of your brain energy to take in what's happening. You can just sit back and have a laugh and enjoy it, and that is really what this is, and it flows really nicely. It was fun to read out loud, but the illustrations and everything are just fantastic. Like, it's really, really good. So highly recommend that one. So I went in to Books, Paper, Scissors with the idea of finding a short story collection. I have really started to look them up. What I loved, because I was like, this is just going to be mixed into general fiction. But no, she had these books in their own little separate area, so I was thrilled. And there was a good few that I was really trying to decide between. And it was really, really, really hard. But the one I went with is Postcard Stories by Jan Carson, and it's illustrated by Benjamin Phillips. So these are short stories. Like, hold on, that one has an illustration too, cool. Like short stories. So I'm gonna fly through it. I'm trying to figure out how maybe I would want to like spread it out, or if I do just want to sit down and read it all in one go. And I kind of am starting to lean towards this. Basically in 2015, Jan Carson wrote a story on the back of a postcard and sent it to a friend every week. So it's all of those. So I was like, well, I could almost do it like a weekly reading, but I don't think I'm gonna have the patience to wait like a year to get through this. But what's really cool is it shows the top of the stories, like the locations. So Jan Carson's based, I think she's from, well, she's based in Belfast. Yeah, she's based in Belfast, and all the stories are kind of in the Belfast surrounding area. And I looked at the one for like this week we've just finished, where we went to this bookshop, and it was in the Botanic area of Belfast. And the one for this week, I don't know if the setting, because it has a location written at the top, I don't know if that's maybe just what the postcard had on it, or if that's where the story's set. Probably what the postcard had on it, but it was Botanic. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. So they are super short. There was definitely like longer ones, but I just immediately really liked her style of writing and was pulled into this one like the most. So I'm really excited for it, and there is a volume 2 to it as well, so that's good to know. Then the next one I've heard mentioned. So I was watching when I was looking up short story collection recommendations. Simon did a video last year, I found, talking all about short story collections. I'll link that below as well. And he mentioned this book that is not a short story collection, but is by an author that was featured in an anthology. And he hadn't read it, but just his description of it, I was like, oh my goodness, I need this. So it is The Firestarters by, guess it, Jan Carson. Yeah, so suddenly have multiple books by her. Basically, it's set in Northern Ireland during the Troubles, from my understanding, but it also has a hint of like magic, like mermaid kind of stuff. And I just love like haunting by the water, mermaid kind of vibe things and stories. So I was like, perfect. And the fact that like it's set in Northern Ireland, I think is really cool. Like my heart felt good and happy when we left that shop, because I wanted to read stuff based in Northern Ireland or by Northern Irish authors for a while, but everything I was finding just seemed to be more or less non-fiction, or even if it was fiction, it was all just very political. And that's fine, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for, you know, fictional, but like set in real places, and just an overall enjoyable time. So I'm really excited for this one. And yeah, I'm so happy to have stuff like, I know these areas. I know this area. Like, I'm really excited about it. So yeah, and it was such a great experience in the store. Like, she was lovely. The lady, she was fantastic, and it was just so nice and so refreshing to be in a store where it's like, oh, you love what you do. Like, you love what you do. And like, that was so nice. That was like, she was so excited when I said I was going for short stories, and yeah, it was very exciting. Then we went, so kind of, I guess, I don't know, maybe on the back side of the university, there's another street, so it's just like over a chunk of buildings. There's another bookshop called No Alibis, and it was fantastic as well. There was 2 guys in there and they were so helpful. I ended up going with this one because I think it's really cool. It's an anthology called Still Worlds Turning, but it's by them. It's by they published it themselves. They have their own publishing company, No Alibis Press, and yeah, so they published this themselves. And the copy he handed me wasn't signed, but then I was looking through like the stack and I found this signed one, so grabbed it. It's not signed by everybody, but I think that's really cool. So it has a bunch of authors on it. Jen Carson's one, Lucy Caldwell, I'm pretty sure I recognize her name. Like, there's a lot that I recognize, and it is like a much bigger collection, so I'm looking forward to diving into this. And I don't know with short story collections if I'm gonna like sit down and like just read the whole thing, or if I'll, you know, hop in and out of it, but I'm very excited for it. I'm really, really excited. And then the last one that I got, it just kind of felt like destiny. I gotta tell you, like, there's something, and books just sing to you, you know, like that's what made me pick up The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock, because I was reaching to grab The Prophets that morning, saw that one, in just blink of an eye, grabbed it, because it sang to me, you know. This book, so basically what we did was we drove in to the edge of Belfast and got the bus in and just bussed around the centre of town and around. So Miles had actually seen a poster for this book, and I hadn't told him that I've been desperately wanting this book, right? Didn't tell him that. But he was like, I saw this book and I think you would really like it. And I was like, oh, what was it? He's like, I don't remember. He'd taken a picture, but he was like, it's a beautiful cover, and that's typically what gets you. You're not wrong. And I went, I bet you it's Still Life by Sarah Winman. And he's like, it sounds right. He's like, does it have flowers? And I was like, well, it's got like foliage and fruit like on the border and a bird in the middle. And he's like, yeah, I think that's it. And brought up the picture. Sure enough. So when we were in Books, Paper, Scissors, they had it, and I was like oogling it, but I was like, no, you're here for short stories, and I found what I wanted, and I was thrilled with what I got. But even Miles had been like, do you want it? I'm like, no, it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. And I like talked myself out of it and was like, no, it's okay. We went to No Alibis, and what was right there? Still Life by Sarah Winman, and the signed edition. And at that point, Miles was like, get it. It's like, yeah, it's the 3rd time we've seen it today. Just get it. You'll regret it if you don't. And I was like, okay. Absolutely twist my arm, right? But it's the kind of thing where I'm not planning on, and I can't, I just super realistically cannot buy books for a long time coming. The only way I can see books coming into my life in the near future is if it's by like take one, leave one, little library kind of ideas. So the books that I got yesterday was very intentional to be like, none of them were impulse buys in the way where every single one that I got, I wanted to mean something. Like, I really emotionally wanted it to be special to me. And all of them are. And I think that's so special. I think that's such a cool thing, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm going to get these all organized, and you can just tell when you've really needed to just have a day to breathe. And we had that. And it was really special. And it was really great. literally went to say, it's Monday. Well, I've been thinking in my head for the past few minutes how it's Sunday and tomorrow's Monday. Good grief. It is early. Well, I mean, it's not insanely early anymore. It's 8 a.m. I was up at 7 a.m. and I don't know, quite often I would just go back to sleep and I'd stay asleep till like maybe 9 or 10, but today I was like, no, I want to stay up. I want to seize the day. Kind of like lazily seize the day. I basically got up a bit earlier so I would have more time to just chill out. So that's what I'm going to do. But you know, like, do you ever like wake up with like a pounce of energy and then like a little while later you're like, no, I could sleep again. I'm at that point. So that's fun. So I made coffee. I normally don't really have coffee or anything in the morning. But you know what? I do today. What's funny is I did keep reading last night. Should have gone to bed after that, but sure. Because I had The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock on audiobook going, and it's just so good, and like the audiobook is fantastic. That being said, I think I'm preferring to like read it on my own. I don't know. Normally I find I read a bit faster with audiobooks. But I'm not finding that this time. I'm finding that I think I'm getting more from it just reading it by myself. But the narration is fantastic. She's really, really good. But because I was listening to the audiobook, I got like even more sucked in last night. So I'm on chapter 15 of volume 2, so 272. I definitely want to get to volume 3 today, which is page 319, so that should definitely be doable. I'd like to read about 100 pages, maybe a little bit more than 100, but yesterday I read, hold on, oh, that was such easy math. Oh, I read 169 pages yesterday. So, like, it's easy, and I didn't really, like, feel it. Like, some days it's, like, I really notice if I've read 100 pages, or I really noticed if I haven't, in a way, where, like, the book's just, like, too dense to get to it. But it seems like this book's really nice and easy to get through. Like, it's quick, so I'm happy about the dent that I've made. So it'd be nice to get to, like, you know, the 370s, 380s today. This afternoon I'm going to be talking to my mom every Sunday. We have a phone call, which is really, really nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the walled garden. I was thinking of it. I went last Sunday. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. And I went before I phoned my mom. It's very nearby, and it opens at 10 a.m. But currently, like, it is cloudy as anything, which is fine. Like, it was cloudy last Sunday too, but there was peaks of sun, and it was very, very warm. So I'm just not sure if I can be bothered. I'm so genuinely not sure if I can be bothered. But anyway, I'm gonna keep reading this, really enjoy my coffee. I'm feeling a lot of loyalty to that coffee already. I haven't even sipped it, but I did the gingerbread again, so I'm very ready for it. And yeah, chat soon. I actually recorded an update earlier today, and I had a funny feeling, and I checked the footage, and it was so dark. It was so dark. The lighting was horrible, so hi again. So I finished The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock yesterday. Fantastic. I've posted my review on Instagram already, just couldn't wait. Then I finally finished The Phantom of the Opera Muppets version. And I'm very glad it's done. That was my goal today. That was my absolute goal, was let's just get this book done. I'm not going to do a review for it. I'll just touch on it in my wrap up. It's not that I didn't like it, but for a book that's meant for younger readers, that has larger font, that has pictures, that's less than 300 pages, the fact it took me like a month to read was starting to drive me insane. But it wasn't giving me any urge to pick it up. I already knew the story. You know, it's just who are the Muppets going to play, and you find that all out more or less in the beginning. And the ending picked up quite a bit, but for like the middle chunk, it was fine. But there was nothing to be like, I really want to read this right now. So I'm so happy I can count it as read. But right now, I'm very excited. I'm going to read Postcard Stories by Jan Carson. I think I can more than likely read this before I go to bed tonight. It's just very short, little snippets. Every week in 2015, she wrote a postcard with a little story and sent it to one of her friends. So yeah, I was going to try to maybe do it as a year-long weekly thing, but since it would be weekly and not daily, I don't think I have the patience. I just really, really don't. So I want to read it. I want to get into it, and I'm really excited. So that is what's on my agenda, and I hope you're having a great day, morning, noon, night, whatever it might be. And yeah, let me know what you're reading, because I'm very excited for this. I've read little snippets, and I'm already very happy about it. So yeah. Happy reading! Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday, so I am trying recording on my phone, so I am sorry if it is shaky or the audio is horrible or anything. I don't know, I'm trying to make it a bit more casual instead of just consistent sit down, you know? And like, yes, I'm sitting in the same spot I would normally film in, but I don't know, I'm like, if I can start using my phone, then maybe I can start going around with my phone. And anyway, so as you know, yesterday I started and finished Postcard Stories, and I read the Phantom of the Opera Muppets version. So we've been out all day, so I haven't read anything. I'm thinking I'm either going to start The Fire Starters by Jan Carson. Should probably hold that out a bit further. I'm really excited after reading Postcard Stories to read more of her work, so I'm very excited for this one. As well, last night I started Antrim Folktales, which is one of the very first books I got here, and I have not read yet, so I started it. I'm not too far in, but it's not the biggest book either, but also the font's not large, so I don't really actually know, but I'm enjoying it, so I might carry on with that one. I don't know, it's getting a bit later, but I'd like to get some reading done this evening. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to like and comment, I'd really appreciate that, and if you want to give me a subscription, if you want to subscribe, I'd really, really appreciate that, and I hope you have a great week. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.